Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to make this blurred text that you see on the screen right now. We'll start out on the edit page. I just have a short clip. Need that because we need an input and an output to make an effect. We're going to do a macro at the end. Go to Fusion. We only need one viewer. For those of you that don't know me, I have to use this on-screen keyboard because I'm paralyzed, cannot use my hands and arms. I put it out there every time because I get questioned why I have it up there in the way. With the media selected, get a map control, and then a color corrector, and a merge, and a text. Put the text you're liking in. On the text, you want to right click on it, bring it down to the map control, and drop it in the garbage mat. Like that. And select the garbage mat. Go to the inspector, little arrow by garbage mat, select it, and then invert. Select the color corrector, shift space, and we want depth blur. I use the depth blur because it has more blur to it than a standard blur node. With it selected, go to the inspector under filter and go to super soften and blur channel alpha. We'll leave the blur as default 1. And anything with a blur uses a lot of resources in the computer, so it'll take a long time to render out the cache. We're going to bring this text down to the mask of the color corrector and a blur. That makes the blur stay within the text. Right click on the text, copy, click away right about here, right click and paste instance. If you don't know what an instance is, it's an exact copy of whatever node you've taken it off from. The green line indicates that it's connected. And everything highlighted in green is the indicator that it's coupled to the original node. Even things that are not highlighted in green are still coupled. We're going to decouple one thing only here. So go to shading, go to appearance, right click, and de-instance. And then select the second one in on appearance. Connect that in the merge. I'm going to size my text and set the tracking to your liking. I want something like that. Go back to the instance. And set the thickness to 0.01 or whatever you'd like. Bring your media in down. Media out down. Grab a merge. Pipe the media in to the background. And that to the foreground. Pipe the merge into the media out and select merge 1. Shift space and drop shadow. I'm going to leave that on the default settings. And now if you adjust the color corrector, you'll see the colors changing. I'm going to reset that to the default settings. We have to put a pipe router in here. Click away, make sure nothing's selected. Hold the Alt key down. And click on either one of these two lines. Pipe that in there like that. And we'll make the macro. Click away, make sure nothing's selected. Hold down the control button. Select these in the order that I do. Then hit A on the keyboard. Hold the control button down and deselect the media in and the media out. Right click on any one of the other nodes. My keyboard does weird things. Go to macro, create macro. Give it a name. And follow along. If you don't know what to select in a macro, click on whatever node you're working on at that moment. And everything will be over here in the inspector. We want to add the thickness and outside only. You want to go to shading. On a depth blur, we're going to put filter, blur channel, and blur size. On a color corrector, just select it. Again, on the right side, shows everything you need. On an effect, you have to have one input and one output. The pipe router is the input. Merge 2 is the output. Anything highlighted in red indicates that something is selected in that. If it's white, nothing is selected. Go to File. Save as group. It takes you to macros. We'll go to Fusion instead. Templates. These folders I put in here. That way I can test them out as the settings before I make them a DRFX. So I put the edit. And then all 4 effects, generators, titles, and transitions. This is an effect, so we'll click into that. Now here's where you're going to want to make the folder that you're going to put your preset in. I recommend to name it differently. Anything different. Put an underscore or something in there. If you make them exactly the same, Resolve won't recognize the folder. Hit save. We'll go find it. If you can't find it, you may have to restart Resolve. It'll be under effects and whatever you call it. Bring it over and drop it on. And depending on your computer, it might take quite a while to render this out because of the blur. The more blur you add to it, the longer it'll take. We have our line thickness. Outside only. Color wheel. And on the bottom, drop shadows. You can reset the color wheel right here. Well, I know this is going to take a while to render out, so I'll give it a minute and I'll be back. Okay, it's finally done rendering in our cache. We'll go ahead and give it a play. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.